I need to do the engines. As I mentioned before, there's 4 that go in here, and then the 2 main engines. So on the back here, I've done quite a bit of surgery, because once all these pieces, the cockpit, the outside pieces, the back piece, go in there, there's not much clearance underneath those parts. So I've removed everything around these 4 holes here. I will sand this down a little bit more to get some more clearance. I've removed these pegs. I removed this surrounding here because a part goes in there, but it'll clear. I've removed all of that. I removed a piece from here and a piece from here. I removed these 2 side pieces. I think I'm going to remove this piece and this piece, and I'm going to also remove these 2 little holes here for pegs. So that will give me enough clearance to take the LED. This is my test LED. These LEDs are 3mm yellow flickering. You get 10 in a pack. It also comes with 10 470 ohm resistors. I get these from Jerry at HDA Modelworx. I will put the link in the description. So the plan is, when I get all the resistors soldered on, there'll be a resistor here and then negative wire come out through the back. Same thing for this side. I'll be able to glue all that down. For the outside one here, same idea. Like that, resistor in here, negative wire come out the back, glue all that down, and then the back ones, same idea. Glue it into there like that, resistor and then negative wire, and then it'll go through the back. Now I need to solder up all these LEDs. I'll have to do that in the garage off camera because I don't have a camera out there and it's really cold, so I don't spend too much time in the garage if I don't have to. So let me solder all these up and then I'll be back. Alright, the LEDs are in, everything is wired, everything is working. I'll show you that here in a minute. Let me explain to you what I did. It took me a while to figure out how I was going to do this wiring, and then it dawned on me that I can just use the wires that are already on the resistors, the posts. So the first thing I did was I put the 2 main LEDs in and secured those with CA with the resistors and everything soldered on, and pulled those wires towards the back here. Then I did the same thing after putting on the resistors. Then I folded down the post coming from the LED so I could get them as close to the bottom of this plastic as possible, so I had enough clearance. Pulled all those posts from the resistors towards the middle. Then I took my positive wire, wrapped it around, and then soldered everything. So now the power goes through every resistor to every LED. On the negative, I started with this post, soldered it, came to this post, soldered here, wove underneath, soldered, wove underneath, soldered, same thing here, and then ended here, and then brought the wire around to the back. I have some shrink tube on here just to keep these wires together when they go down the post for the base. Everything was secured with CA as far as the LEDs. Once everything was wired and working, then I took some 5-minute epoxy and I went in, I put some on all the resistors to hold them down, and then I put a little bit on every connection that I had, that I'd soldered, so that it's not coming off at all, ever. Then I went and I put some just some regular black paint on the back of these LEDs. There's a couple of spots on here I may have to go over again or put some tulip on there. And I did already put my my cockpit in here, and it sits down flush. It's not bumping anything, and everything still works. So let me hook this up to a 9-volt and I'll show you what the engine lights look like. Got the LEDs hooked up to a 9-volt battery. You can see they do work, and they are flickering. Again, they're 3mm yellow flickering LEDs. There are plastic pieces that go in these engine nozzles. There's 2 plastic bars that go on here, which will help diffuse the light to make it look like 2 solid bars of light like it does in the movie. And then there are plastic pieces that go over these LEDs down at the bottom. They look exactly like the ones on the A-wing. I will probably airbrush a yellow tint on those, so it'll make it even more yellow and tone down the brightness a little bit. But everything's together, everything works, it's looking good. And that's going to do it for this part. For part 8, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on these 2 pieces, and both these pieces go on here like this. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I want to thank you guys for subscribing, and I'll see you guys for part 8.